Hey guys, Dr. Michael Maxwell here. I want to show you how to do the side lying rotation exercise, Dr. Maxwell style. So there's a few nuances to this that I feel just give us a little bit of a better yield on the exercise. So I'm just going to walk you through some of those nuanced points so that you can apply it on your own. So let's start on our right side. So I'm going to come down, and when you come into your sideline position, kind of stick the outside of your shoulder into the ground. Now, you don't want to be back on your shoulder. You want to bring that shoulder a little bit forward. Your bottom leg is going to be semi-flexed. If I draw a straight line down the center of my body, my foot intersects that line, okay? And then you take the top leg and you step it forward. Now, where the foot goes, it's not super specific, but just think you're stepping your whole lower body this direction on the left side. So you're initiating a forward movement through your left leg. And then you're going to think broad line through your shoulders, and you're going to roll the back of your head down to the ground. Now, when you do this, it's not here. So think elongate and then roll back of the head to the ground. Now, you'll notice when I did that, I didn't bring my lower body with me. So very often when people go into a sideline rotation exercise, they'll let the pelvis roll with the rib cage, with the chest, and that completely defeats the purpose. So you have to keep this idea like you're stepping forward through your left lower body as you open up and roll back through your upper body. So you're going to roll back, lengthen the neck, back of it to the floor, eyes concerned to the ceiling, and then take your left arm and spread it wide. Don't go down, okay? Don't go down yet, and we'll talk about why in a minute, but think broad line from this hand all the way through the center of your body, out through your left armpit, spreading wide through the elbow. Okay, so broadest possible line through the center of your body, out through the tip of the elbow. My elbow is going to be at 90 degrees, and then I'm just going to breathe. As I exhale, open up a little bit further. Okay, so that's the basic gist. Now, the nuance part. Okay, so when we get into this, you'll notice that this hand here and this leg here, I am thinking that I'm stepping forward through both sides. This is analogous if I'm like mid-run and I'm stepping forward through my left lower body and my right upper body, I'm going into this pattern here. And then from there, I'm spreading into a wide position off this left side. So a left rotation through the upper body meets a right rotation through the lower body. So here, step over, hold that intention through the lower body, hold this intention through the upper body on the right side, spread it wide, and then breathe in, exhale, go a little further on each exhale. Now, the other thing that you'll get a little bit caught with is when you go into this rotation, the natural cheat with this is for the chest to go up into this high posture. So if you look at this space here, if you notice that your ribs are lifting off the ground and you've got a space right here, it means that you've done this. And when we want to turn, I want you to turn through rotation, not by going into a side bend extension and then turn. So if you had an axis down the center of your body, you want to rotate through that axis without shifting and extending. So step forward, elongate, spread it wide, and you'll notice how I'm stuck to the floor right here, and you'll notice how there is a connection between my ribs and my pelvis. Even though I'm rotating, I'm not flaring out into this position. Okay? It is that connection that allows you to funnel or specify the rotation through your mid-back. And that's where we want it. We want it through the shoulder girdle. We want it through your ribs. We want it through your thoracic spine. We do not want it funneling into your lower back. So here, spread it wide, open it up, and then just breathe in that position. One of the common mistakes that you'll see people make is they'll overcommit into their reach. So they'll do this. They try to get their arm to the ground. Okay, and when they do that, the elbow will get ahead of the shoulder. They'll end up in this position where you see my shoulder comes into my body and the shoulder is in front of the elbow. You want to be here. You want this wide line through the elbow. So what I often tell people is you're trying to spread the back of your shoulder wide and down. So you're not leading with the elbow. You're wide, and then take the back of your shoulder and spread it that way. Okay? Now, if you're super flexible, you'll end up with that arm on the ground. It's fine. But if you're not, don't worry about it. You just breathe into it and go where you end up. When I do this exercise, I am circling constantly between my points of reference. So I know that the further I go into this left rotation, the more likely my pelvis is going to roll with it. So I'm always going to come back to, am I stepping forward? Now, that right knee, if you're stepping forward, is actually pushing off because that's your supporting lower body, right? That supporting lower body initiates this forward movement through your upper body. So the other thing that you want to feel is that your right outside of your knee is stuck to the floor. Okay? And then you breathe, exhale, connect in that direction to the left lower body and then down to the floor with your right leg. Okay, so I can circle around my lower body and feel the connection in that stepping forward function. The other thing that I can circle through is my breath. I want to feel my breath spread around my entire abdominal wall, out through my sides, into my back. I want to feel like my chest is gently expanding in all directions. I don't want to feel like I'm hiking my breath up to my chest, nor do I want to feel like it's only going out in my belly. So I can tune into my breath. I can think about the connection to the floor on this right side. I can think about the spreading forward through my right hand. I can think about laying that shoulder wide and down. I can think about taking my left hand, spreading the fingers, and elongating as if I'm trying to stretch and reach towards something. And then I just circle around those reference points. So I might be in this position for 2 or 3 minutes, just circling through my reference points as I breathe and open up with each breath. Okay? So that's the sideline rotation. Hopefully that is a good introduction to it. It's an exercise where honestly you can get a ton of yield from this if you add that nuance, because you're engaging a more primitive pattern. It's not just moving one segment of your body and trying to stretch that bit. You're actually engaging the nervous system from feet all the way to the tips of the hand and the top of the head. Oh, one more point. What you just saw there is I did not initiate eye movement. Okay, if you want to get the most out of the upper thoracic, upper rib rotation, start into this pattern. Then once you feel connected, go ahead and take your eyes and look at your left hand and watch your hand as it elongates and opens in that direction. And that's going to really help to open up those upper ribs into that rotation. Super effective for upper rib dysfunction, super effective for neck and upper back pain. There you go. So enjoy that and let me know what you think.